Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Gaming back again with some more Icarus. How was everybody doing today? Hopefully you were all good and are having a great day. Today what we're going to be doing is going over the week 15 update. This one is pretty damn spicy. It includes 2 new missions and also a whole new variant of weapons. These weapons look cool. I'm very excited for this one. A lot of this focuses around cave worms, which is very interesting. I'm glad they're starting to sort of branch out with those, because the cave worms, really, you just go to a cave, you see them, you shoot them, and that's it. Now, there's a lot more to them, which is great. I'm very excited to get stuck in and test these out. We will have a full video of the new mission on Tuesday, where we go after the cave worms, and we'll be able to see all the new weapons, which I'm very, very excited for. I'm going to try and get some stuff out on the new weapons over the weekend, so we shall see what happens with that one. Now, let's jump in and see what they've got to say today. This week brings improvements to hunting and animals and introduces a new group of consumables gathered from cave worms, along with 2 new missions. These 2 missions, Unearthed Research and Cryogenic Research, are available immediately, with Unearthed Research unlocking the ability to harvest scales from cave worms to turn into a new bow, knife and spear scale weapons. There are also new consumables from existing animals, with giant steaks and fatty T-bones now dropping from hunted creatures. This one is very good. I like that they've changed the meat. There's also now a drying rack, so we can preserve our meats for a lot longer, because a lot of you probably know those high-end meats, they don't last very long, and that is a bit of a ball out with them, especially if you hunt a bear that's on the other side of the map. Then you need to get back, or there's a storm. It does make it a lot harder to cook that prime meat and get it ready for consumption. So now they've added a few ways to sort of negate that, which I like. It's very, very cool. It's going to be nice to actually get stuck in and be able to experiment with different types of food. As we saw in Tuesday's episode, where we did a lot of the farming. I don't quite understand the farming really too well, because I don't really do it. It's not something that I put much focus into. So, yeah, well, we'll see, really. We'll see what happens with this. I'm very excited to try these meats, see what they're like. We'll see what happens. Now, animal harvesting. I love this photo. So damn cool. A range of new consumables from hunted prey add variety to the food pool, giving new buffs and balancing hunting with the improvements to farming from the past few updates. These meat groups are considered rare and will have a lower drop rates but a higher yield in return. From elephants and mammoths, you can now harvest giant steaks. Fatty T-bones can drop from various bears, and game meat drops from medium-sized prey such as deer and buffalo. There is also soft meat from baby deer and rabbits, also stringy meat from predators such as wolves and jaguars. Also on the lookout for the new white meat from boars, something will be expanding to other species in the future. Also, don't forget boar bacon. Alongside new animal drops, we've added systems for drying out meats to create consumables that give different buffs and benefits. Drying racks will allow you to turn different cuts of meat into more options than what the campfire or the furnace would provide. Check them all out when you hop into the game, which I'm very excited to do. Can't wait to see all these new foods and meats, and definitely the new weapons. I'm really excited for those. Here we have a look at one of the scale weapons here, which looks absolutely amazing. Really, really like them. Exciting new addition to the game are harvestable scales from cave worms, which introduce a whole new tier of weaponry. Scales will drop from slain cave worms, which can be used in crafting new weaponry, similar to how bone weaponry is created. However, to unlock these new weapons, players must first have to complete the new Unearthed Research mission, which unlocks the ability to forge the weapons. These weapons have a special benefit of causing the poison affliction on impact, helping you down tougher foes over long chases, which is brilliant. I like that weapons are starting to get buffs. I would like to see things that we can sort of add to weapons, not so much mods. I would say it would be mods, really, wouldn't it? But I'm not going to go into it. This is something that I could do on a completely different video and go into over a whole new series. Or not series, or a whole new video. But having those little bits of buffs on weapons really changes the way you're going to play and the way you want to pick the weapon that you're using for the mission you're going for. So if you are going for the bigger bad boys, then something like this will really come in handy and help you over that long period of time. Because whilst you are hitting them, you're also getting that damage all the time effect, which does help quite a lot. As we see with the fire arrows, they work really, really well. and also we can set fire to terraforming. Now, we've decided to move away from generic primate and expand into creature group specific groups, each with their own unique buff to further expand the way players can prepare their ideal foods before they set out to explore Icarus, from Jake the Vanguard Engineer. Now, new missions. This week brings 2 fresh new missions into the game. One of these is the next step in an existing questline, and the other introduces our newest tier of scale weaponry, Unearthed Research. In this mission, the UDA is increasing their planetary research using brand new technology. You'll be required to fill and activate a sample analyzer in order to research new recipes derived from native resources.
So a little advice.
Icarus.
If it
You'll be
moves,
rewarded a copy of these new recipes for your trouble. That's pretty cool. So we'll get to be able, once we've done this mission, we will be able to craft all of these new blueprints for the scale weapons. And next up is the cryogenic research. In this mission, the Cenotai has launched a new investigation to gather information about potential exotic mutation in animals living on Icarus. You'll be required to retrieve a sample from a specific preserved creatures. Due to their nature of preservation, these specimens may prove difficult to access. Looking at this image here, that they're going to be like either in rocks or potentially buried.
Okay.
Or maybe even they're you know, harder enemies that are difficult to kill. That's a strange one. Quite cool though, very cool. Now in the changelog, it's quite a big one, but there are a couple of little things that I want to go over, just so we can go through those and see them. If you want to check out the changelog info, do check out the link in the description below. But they've added a drying rack, a new processing structure that allows you to turn rare meats into dried variants for preservation. Added new meat types to replace prime meat, so we've got the stringy meat, white meat, fatty T-bone, giant steak, game meat, soft meat, and these all have a chance of dropping from all animals. Added bacon, a new type of meat that always drops from boars. Added new dried meats that offer brand new buffs, such as a dried white meat, which offers increased stamina, exposure resistance, and reduced food consumption. I like that we've got new foods that do a lot of different buffs now. Very, very nice. Definitely going to be looking into them and seeing what we can do. Added 2 new missions, which we've gone over already, and they do have hardcore variants as well, which is nice. We do love a hardcore variant. They've added new cave worm items, so a knife, arrow, spear, and bow, which the arrow is going to be quite cool. Whether it's the arrow that gives the poison or the bow that gives the poison effect, but just having the bow gives any arrow that you put on it the poison effect, or whether you have to have the specific arrow and bow together. We'll see, we'll see. It would be very cool if you just need the bow, or the bow and arrow have them separate, but then you use bow and arrow together, and then you get a combined buff. Would be quite nice. Now, cave worms also now drop a cave worm remains mesh when killed. Added a new poison sac, which is dropped by cave worms and is used in some of the above recipes, so the arrow, the spear, and the bow. And finally, another one that I wanted to go over was added new AI improvements, such as more dynamic target selection from aggressive AI, and natural buffalo now have a charge attack. Very cool. I like it. Buffaloes are going to be a lot harder. Normally they just run away and don't really come near you. But yeah, that's cool. That's very cool. So for today though, that is it from me. On Tuesday we will be back and we're going to go over the Unearthed Research mission and see what we can do with that. Hopefully we can get these bows pretty damn quickly because I want to try those out. If I can get it done sooner I will, but obviously I've got kids very busy. You know, being a dad, it's hard work. It's hard work. I enjoy it though, it's very fun. And my child is crazy and is starting to take a bit of an interest in games, which is I like. She's only 2, but she's interested, which is good. It's good. I play Crash Bandicoot sometimes on the PlayStation, and she's like, oh, let me have a controller, and she can move and then dies. She's trying. It's the thought that counts. Today though, if you have enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel. If it's helped you at all, drop a like on the video. And if you want to support the channel a little bit further, please consider joining the members. That is down below. Everything that you need from this video is in the description, so all of Icarus's socials and all of mine, feel free to check them out. For today though, I've been Wide, you've been awesome, thanks for watching, and we will see you on Tuesday with some more hits.